Jen, great stuff. Thank you very much. Big John. Paul Daly said of his fight with MVP, he would do exactly the same thing. Tonight, as Jen said, it's going to be a little different strategy as we move on to a middleweight matchup.
Yeah, Kevin Fryer, the paratrooper against John Redmond, Mr. Jitsu. 73-inch reach for Fryer, 76 for Redmond. He is the longer fighter, and he needs to keep this fight with his Taekwondo skills at a distance.
Michael C. Williams once again with the official introductions.
For those joining us worldwide on the Bellator MMA global app, we welcome you to the SSC Arena Wembley here for Bellator London as we now go to the middleweight division set for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner at 6'3", weighing in 185.4 pounds. His professional record 7-13. He fights out of Dublin, Ireland. Johnny Jitsu, John Redmond. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner at 6'2", weighing in 185.6 pounds. As a professional, 6 victories, 3 defeats, fighting out of Fleetwood, England, introducing Kevin Fryer. The referee in charge once again, Keith Peterson.
Keith Peterson, once again, our referee. Kevin Fryer takes this fight on 2 weeks' notice against Dublin, Ireland's John Redmond.
Sir, you ready? Sir, you ready? Fight!
We are underway. Fryer in the red gloves. John Redmond comes out in the southpaw stance. He is in the blue gloves. His Bellator debut was against Charlie Ward, who is now his teammate at SBG Ireland.
Well, if you can't beat him, join him. Come on.
Why not?
You know, that was a really good fight that he was actually doing well in against Charlie Ward, giving Charlie some problems, but Charlie's power got to him. It was a big shot to put him down, and that can happen to anybody.
So Malombo gets SBG Ireland started in style. Redmond trying to make it a 2-0 start against the black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from Fleetwood, England.
Well, this is exactly where Kevin Fryer wants the fight. You can look and you can say that, you know, Johnny Redmond's name is Johnny Jitsu, and he's good off of his back. He's very long, and he creates a lot of problems with his triangles attempts, but the better grappler overall in this is Kevin Fryer, and if he's on top, he's going to give problems to Johnny Redmond.
Kevin Fryer debuted at Bellator 200 right here back in May of 2018. Lost to Costello Van Steenis, who we will see later tonight on our main card.
Who has been on a tear in all of his fights. Costello Van Steenis is proving that he is something special.
Good elbow from the bottom by Redmond.
Redmond just taking his time as far as holding on, but he needs to think, I can't sit here and get pounded on. I need to think about where I'm going to put my feet, open up, and either decide I'm going to try to reverse this position or get myself back up or work for that submission off of my back.
Little body head by Kevin Fryer.
Only one thing, Kevin Fryer, you see that hand underneath Redmond's body, Mike? That is not a good thing. When your hands are trapped underneath, that sets up the arm bars, it sets up the triangles. That is a bad thing to have happen. You've got to make sure that your hands stay on top.
And he got it going. He heard you. Very active on his back.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by the guard game that Johnny Redmond is bringing out right now. And he's being active, he's pushing, driving on the head. Don't sit there in the closed guard and let a guy pound on you. Make it to where he has to work to try to stop what you can do.
Top position here in round 1, just past the midway point for Kevin Fryer. That's a big shot.
Yeah, big shot. He started to pass that guard off of it. He's in half guard. And if you see him posturing the way he is and landing those shots, it's going to be a bad thing for John Redmond. From this position, when you're Kevin Fryer, you want to make sure that you don't allow your head to be sticking out over your hips. Hips forward, head back. That's the right way to approach a guy when you're coming in, standing up and he's on the ground.
Redmond has only been to the judges once in 20 professional fights. The longest professional fight for Kevin Fryer. 11 minutes and 4 seconds. And a good first round for Kevin Fryer.
Good first round for both guys, you know, as far as the positioning, Fryer's where he wants to be. So, and he's doing his ground and pound, and he's just slowly starting to diminish the ability of John Redmond in the fight. That's a smart game plan. But you look at what John Redmond's doing, off of his back, open guard most of the time. Now he's going to close guard, but trying to create situations that are going to give Kevin Fryer a problem.
Is it possible, or maybe more appropriately, how much do you truly have to do to win a round off your back?
Well, if you're going to win the round off your back, you have got to say, well, I'm going to control the position and not allow my opponent to strike me if that's what he's going after, or I've got to go for submissions and put him in what we call a catch, a fight-ending sequence. I might not get it, but if I'm putting him in catch situations where I can end the fight, the judges are going to see that, and they're going to end up giving me the round.
So it can be done.
Oh, it absolutely can. You know, it's not an easy thing to do because with striking,
sure,
that can happen short, quick, fast, and be damaging, so it does change the entire grappling game.
Passes to half guard as we approach the end of round number 1.
And when you think about him passing to half guard, that takes away a ton of submissions that are available to John Redmond.
Wow, big elbow late. And again. Kevin Fryer finishing strong indeed.
Here you see Kevin Fryer pushing down on the leg, trying to move himself to half guard. He's got that leg over the top of that knee, right into half guard. A very strong position for someone with a good game. Look at the elbow strikes. That's what I'm talking about, short. When you're talking about strikes, those elbows and the short strikes are the ones that are so hard to stop because they can happen with just a push and a slide, and that thing's coming down and hitting you with a lot of power.
Round 2. Red gloves for Kevin Fryer, blue gloves for Johnny Jitsu, Johnny Redmond. Comes out in his orthodox stance. His Bellator debut was the 20th professional fight of his career. It's been a while since both of these men have competed. Their last fights were in the Bellator cage, both looking to get their arm raised for the first time as a Bellator fighter here tonight in Wembley, London, England.
What you're seeing out of John Redmond is he's trying to set up that right leg kick. He's trying to set it up for a high kick because he sees Kevin Fryer's hand reaching out and coming down, and he's looking for the timing on that shot. Look for him to start throwing that right leg up high. As Kevin brings his left leg up high.
Back-to-back members of John Kavanaugh's team. Malambo with the submission win in round 2. Here is John Redmond, and then later on our main card, Charlie Ward and the Jimmy Show, James Gallagher in our co-main event. Charlie Ward will open things up on our main card.
Are we really going to call it the Jimmy Show?
I guess I just did. And he's probably going, thanks, Goldie.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's working for me.
Welcome to the bandwagon.
Kevin Fryer showing that, you know, the first round and what he did, that's where he would like to get back to, but he is a little bit tired from the effort that he put out, and he's trying to figure out when's the right timing to get that blast double that he was able to get Redmond down with the last time.
Fryer, a paratrooper in the British Army with a good low kick a moment ago. Fryer was quite busy on top in round one.
Oh, he was. You know, he put out a lot of energy, did a lot of good work, and that's why, you know, like, no doubt in my mind, every judge gave him that round. He just needs to take and try to replicate that round here in round two.
Keep in mind that Kevin Fryer got the call for this fight on June 8th, 2 weeks ago. So we'll watch very closely the cardio of the man in the red gloves, Kevin Fryer. So far, so good.
Yeah, John Redmond really needs to start looking at what Fryer is doing. He takes his left hand and he's putting his left hand, pawing it out and dropping it down. And if he times that, he's gonna land a beautiful straight right down the middle or bring that right leg up high. There's that timing for Fryer. Brings it right to the ground. Nice job by Kevin Fryer, setting it up, getting him close to the cage, and using it to bounce him off of it.
Kevin Fryer mixing things up nicely with his stand-up game, which results in putting Redmond on his back once again.
Redmond going to a butterfly guard, which is normally a guy looking to either reverse position or get himself back to his feet. It's a good position for him to be in right here. Just time the up kick. If he's gonna lean his face over, what you should see Kevin Fryer doing is using his hips to come forward, keep his chin back of his hips. That keeps him safe. If he starts to lean down forward, that's when he can get hit. Back to butterfly guard from John Redmond.
It was body head and body head. Redmond trying to control that posture, as you spoke of early, partner.
Well, what he's able to do from this position, you see he's got an overhook with his left arm on the right hand of Kevin Fryer, and those butterfly hooks can help elevate Fryer's hips, and that's exactly why he's getting himself up.
Final minute of round number 2.
Yeah, he's feeling that. It's tight.
Looking for the finish.
Open your feet. Put all your weight on your
Can he
right
get it
shoulder.
right here, right now?
He does not have his legs locked in a position he can utilize a lot of power with them, and that's why you're seeing John Redmond get himself out. That's a really nice reversal of position. Even though he put himself in danger, nice reversal by John Redmond.
Against the black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Kevin Fryer.
Exactly. You know, and you're looking at Kevin Fryer being smart, open guard, but that's a big shot by John Redmond right there.
Hey, 2 shots, Johnny. Left hands, big left hands, big left hands.
Final 10 seconds.
God.
Look at right here. Fry goes with the leg kick, spins that body around a little. Then he sets up. Nice left hook over the top. This is that guillotine attempt. He jumps to guard, but you see that he doesn't have his legs over the hips. That's what he's trying to climb right there to get him over the hips so he can utilize those legs for pressure. Never gets it, and that's why John Redmond gets himself out.
John Redmond down 2-love.
I honestly believe John Redmond is down 2-love. He had a couple of nice things that he did, but overall, Kevin Fryer is the one landing the bigger shots. He had the actual submission attempt. It wasn't quite there, but he still gets credit for what he did. He gets the round.
So 10-9, 10-9, Kevin Fryer. John Redmond looking to go to work quickly here in the 3rd and final round.
Beautiful right leg kick by Redmond on that. That one was strong. John Redmond needs to get after it in this round. He has to know, you know what? I've done good things, and I've worn Kevin down as far as I think he's fatiguing, so let me push the pace and get after it.
Nicely done on the spin by Redmond. This just the 2nd time in now 21 professional fights that Redmond has gone past round number 2, and we're seconds away from this being the longest fight of Kevin Fryer's professional career. 11:04.
Kevin Fryer trying to push the distance, trying to create a push against the fence so he can set up that takedown. Look at the damage on the back of John Redmond's leg right now from those low leg kicks that Kevin Fryer has consistently been landing.
It is official. Longest fight of his professional career.
You've been looking at the timer.
Well, I was trying to do the math and I just figured I'd wait. Big swing and a miss. Fryer timing his takedowns, John, extremely well.
He is always timing them off of a counter. When you see Redmond throwing that right hand, that's his timing mechanism to say, this is when I'm lowering my level and coming into him.
Previous 10 fights for Redmond have ended win or loss in knockout or submission.
Well, Redmond was training with some, he was another team, and he had his style. And the one thing that you're seeing now that he's been training with John Kavanaugh as his coach, switching over to SBG, his stand-up game is much better than it was before. It is much smoother. He is trying to pick those. He was always that Taekwondo fighter where he was utilizing kicks, and sometimes he had a good kick that he would throw, but sometimes doing them at the wrong time and giving his opponent opportunities to take advantage of his spinning techniques that he's actually good at. He is fighting like an MMA fighter now. He's complete in that, you know what, he's utilizing all the different techniques you want to see, and he's given a very good fighter. And Kevin Fryer, he just hit him with a beautiful knee to the body. He's giving him trouble.
John said, I really didn't have an apprenticeship or a long amateur career. He never took a backseat, never easy fights. He has learned on the job. And he'd like to pull something off in the next 2+ minutes here in the third and final round.
Real mistake by John Redmond is he was allowing Kevin Fryer to get double underhooks. You cannot let a guy have double unders on you. He's able to control your body, and that's, you see that underhook by Redmond there, that's what allowed him to turn Fryer back into the cage.
ITC Blackpool, the home gym for Kevin Fryer. 6 wins, 6 finishes.
Nice takedown.
And another takedown.
I wanted to say, all John Redmond needs to do right now is, you see that hook of the leg, I want to spin of the hips outside, bringing him down. That's exactly what he did. Has him inside control. It's a very good opportunity for John Redmond.
So Redmond had the reversal, and now he gets a very important takedown right into side control with 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining in this fight.
Yeah, I believe that he should start moving with a lot of urgency right now. Start taking chances. If you sit here and just try to outposition Kevin Fryer, that's not going to work for you in winning this fight. Now Kevin Fryer has a lockdown on that leg, and it's going to be very difficult for John Redmond to break out of that, which means that he may end up on top for the rest of the fight, but he's definitely not going to be winning.
Kevin Fryer has never been submitted as a professional.
And you can hear John Redmond's corner, let's do it, John. Yeah, that's not going to do it. It's, you know, and it's so easy to sit on the outside when you've been fighting for almost 15 minutes now, you know, and you're tired, and it's just, everything is difficult, everything's slippery. It's so hard in there.
John, big right elbows. Couple of seconds left. John,
15.
couple of seconds left.
Going to turn out to be too little too late for Johnny Jitzu.
Good round for John Redmond.
Yeah.
Good round for him, but overall, you got to look and say Kevin Fryer's the guy's going to walk away with this fight.
Yep. They go the distance.
Third round was great. John, I need another fight to be better. First one back in 2 years. hungry? Spend buckets. Rolls. Maybe. I was missing. I couldn't get the range in that. It's just 2 weeks. One's the big machine.
First time going the distance as a professional for Kevin Fryer. In fact, he only went the distance one time as an amateur, finishing 8 of his 9 amateur wins. And to be able to do that and keep that pace, John, on 2 weeks' notice.
That's exactly, especially on the 2 weeks, which is saying, look at, he's in great shape, because you want to build and get that peak towards that fight. He wasn't able to do that, so the performance going to 3 rounds is very impressive.
All right, Michael C. Williams with our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go to your 3 judges at cage side. Your first judge, Brian Miner, scores the fight 29-28. He scores the fight for Fryer. Your second judge scores it 29-28. He scores it for Redmond. Your third and final judge, Mike Beltran, scores it 29-28. He sees it for the winner by split decision, Kevin Fryer.
Split decision victory for Kevin Fryer. Congratulations. His first win inside the Bellator cage. All right, back up to the fight desk, Jade.